the feminist movement is dying out, and it's dying out really, really rapidly fast, honestly. Mainly because, well, people say it's because of Trump, but honestly, I would say it's pretty much like a stepping stone because, technically speaking, it seems like a lot of other feminists are pretty much trying to take on things that they don't really need to take on. I've seen a lot of feminists actually lead the feminist party, and you know that they don't like it. Pretty much the feminists actually surround themselves with the LGBT community, trying to say that they're victims when they're honestly not. They try to do with Black Lives Matter. They're pretty much with the political correctness as well. And I believe just a little bit of politics. But the thing is that it seems like they don't know what the fuck they want. That's why a lot of people stop trying to please these women. And the beta males. I call them beta males because they're like feminists, except they're male. And they're pretty much, it seems like they just want to get laid. That's all it comes down to. But yeah, pretty much all their crying and moping are pretty much leading them straight downhill. Because a lot of feminists are actually leaving the party. And I'm like, well, I seen that coming. Now, if it is because of Trump, I'm like, okay, that's a bonus. But the main reason is because people just don't like them. I mean, the political correctness, people definitely ain't gonna like them. The LGBT community, people like them. It's just that they try to put their problems on everybody else, thinking that nobody likes them. But the thing is, a lot of people are like, we like you, you just don't like yourself. We can't like you if you don't like yourself. And stop pushing your ideology on us because you want to do something and we don't want to do it. You automatically call us a homophobe or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, you're making it worse for yourself. And feminists like to call people sexist, even though most of their arguments is already falling flat. And now they're trying to do that fat acceptance thing, which honestly a lot of doctors said that it's not healthy. Because, well, for one thing, when you're doing fat acceptances, technically speaking, you're actually risking your own health with diabetes, with, heart attack, and a lot of other things, strokes. There's multiple, medical procedures that will say you shouldn't do this kind of stuff. Because when it comes to fat acceptance, it's not really that good because, well, not healthy. That's the main reason. Black Lives Matter, most people don't like the Black Lives Matter mainly because they become just like the Klans, except worse. I mean, I have not seen the Klans destroy their own town because of some black person killing a white person. No. Pretty much the Klans will probably go to that black person's house and kill them. Now, I'm not giving credit to the Klans because I believe them to be the biggest idiots ever. But the thing is, I would say they met their match when it came to the Black Lives Matter because they will destroy their own neighborhoods, not knowing that they have to be the ones who. I'm hoping that they pay for that stuff because I was like this. Well, the government is going to pay for it. You have to pay for it out of your own money. But don't worry, multiple people who are doing this will be paying with you. So technically speaking, you won't have too much on your hands, but you will have to pay for it. No, the government is not going to pay for your shit. But let's see, what else are they into? Well, they're into a lot of things. Even when it comes to, the LGBT community, it's like they've got a bigger influence on those two because, well, when it comes to the LGBT community, it seems like they were already victims because they had a hard time coming out the closet. But now that they can, it seems like they want to go back in the closet. I would say there are some that are nice because I do have some friends that are gay, and I'm like, I don't mind them. I literally don't mind them because, truth be told, they can. I told them, well, you can be gay all you want to. I couldn't care less about what you do with your own sexual preference. But the one thing is, even they don't know what the fuck a non-binary is. I'm like, truth be told, I'll say that when I hear non-binary person, I believe that I'm going to call them a light bulb. Or when they say gender fluid, I'm going to call them Pepsi. That's what I'm going to literally call them. Because when we were talking about it, we're like, what the fuck is a gender fluid person? They sound like some corrupted water. Which I'm like, the only corrupted water I know is like Kool-Aid, soda, anything that's not really water. Or either that poisonous water or something like that. But they got the biggest influence on them mainly because of them not being to fit in a normal way back in the days. Because pretty much they were isolated when it came to like the 80s, I believe. I'm not very sure that many people actually came out. But the one thing that I found that was very interesting is that it seems like they believe that there are multiple genders. That's what the feminists believe. They believe there are multiple genders, that they believe that they get paid less than a male because of some patriarchy or pay gap, which has no real evidence of. They hard time finding a date, but considering how they look, I can kind of see why they're having a hard time finding a date. And finding a hard time to do anything for that matter. And let's see here. Have you? And the thing I noticed that most women wear the same exact glasses. They think that they believe that bigot means a bad word, because that's what they mean to call you. They'll say, "Oh, can you check your privilege," and stuff like this. They pretty much try to shut people down because they don't have a legitimate argument toward these people, to the people they're arguing with. They keep saying that they're trolls, but the thing is, you guys, the feminists, are trolls just having their real name on it. That's in real picture. I mean, I don't have my real picture nor my real name, but, well, that's just it. I really don't care. But the main thing I find that's very interesting about these people is that there were a lot of them, but they believe they want to actually involve by hating white straight males, which honestly I'm not very sure on why they hate them, honestly. I guess because they say, oh, history showed that they had more power. I'm like, yeah, back then, but now it's a different time. Females have actually got the right to vote, they got the right to actually divorce, they got the right to own land, they have a right to do a lot of things. In fact, more guys won't hit a woman because they're a woman. But my girlfriend said like this, if that woman hits you, if she's not wanting to fight a woman you won't hit, you better slap the living crap out of her. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do so. I don't care if that's installment violence, but hey, if a woman hit me, I'm going to hit them back. I know people are going to say, oh, chivalry is dead. I'm like, no, chivalry isn't dead, it's just sleeping, honestly, in my eyes. It's just sleeping. Because when I'm looking at all what these feminists are doing and saying, a lot of the stuff they're saying don't make any sense. Like when they say about the pay gap, that's been disproven multiple times, but yet they don't want to accept the truth. That women don't go into the same kind of fields that males do. Because I've seen a lot, I just got outside and some people were working on the street, on the roads, and I only seen one female there. Out of 5 to 8 males, I seen only one female. So you can't tell me that they all work in the same type of way. We all know that females are going to work more cushiony jobs than males do. And guess what? When you have to wear a hard hat, I guarantee this, you're going to be paid a lot more than when you're a courtesy clerk or a cashier or something. The other thing is that they talk about real life sexism and misogyny, saying that, oh, men are all bad and men are disgusting, and saying that they cheat a lot. I'm like, yeah, women cheat too. Pretty much they've been talking about a whole lot of things pretty much when Hillary Clinton was running. But the thing is that a lot of these feminists don't get how feminists actually came to be. They don't realize their own history. That's the one thing they don't realize. Because when I heard the feminists singing, I'm like, oh my god. I actually had to tell my friend to either turn it down or turn it off, because all they were doing is yelling. They're not even in harmony with it. They're all doing something different. But when it comes to the feminists failing, it seems like a lot of them are leaving because I guess these women see that it's not worth it. Some of the women stay into it because they get the attention. But when they figure out that the attention they're getting is people who are criticizing them and improving them wrong, they want to either block that person or put just you can't comment on their shit, which we all know about feminist frequency, that Anita Sarkeesian actually don't have any comments, or you can't like or dislike, mainly because she knows that people are going to disprove her. Now, when it comes to all these other things, when it comes to women, they already had their women's march, and pretty much even I didn't know what the fuck they were actually marching about. They keep saying that they're going to lose rights, that Trump is actually taking away rights, but I guarantee you this, if anybody asked them what rights he's planning on taking away, none of them actually said anything about it. They keep saying, oh, he's racist, sexist, homophobic and everything. That's not taking away rights. And then they said, oh, he said something about grabbing people by the genitals. That was 10 years ago. Not only that, but that was locker room talk. It's not like he actually did it in real life. If he did do it in real life, he said that they let you do it, so it is consensual. It's not sexual abuse. It's consensual sexual acts. And truth be told, when I know this is going to sound very odd for me to say this, but I know a lot of people think of this too. I think the real reason that the feminists are actually like the way they are is because they don't get a good guy to bang the living crap out of them. I mean, if they have a good sex life, I guarantee you this, that they will shut the hell up. Because you have to see that a lot of these women are physically starved. Truth be told, they're physically starved. Because, let's just face it, no guy wants to touch them with a 10-inch dick, honestly. That's what they want. They do not want to touch that. They do not want anything of that. But the thing about a feminist is they don't really care. They want people to be attracted to them no matter how they look. And I'm like, if you're going to color your armpits blue, you better believe you're not going to be attractive. Because I don't want nobody with some armpits that's longer than even mine. Because my armpits aren't really that long. I don't mind my girlfriend having armpit hair, because guess what? I mean, seriously. I don't grow it that much. She shaves hers off at least. She at least has the decency to shave hers off. But me, I would say like this: when a female has armpit hair and they are dyeing it blue and green, that means that they don't plan on doing anything with that. And the thing about the feminist party movement is that they have this one thing that they're right all the time and everybody else is wrong. And if you prove them wrong, they want to keep on arguing, or either that block you if you're on social media. But the thing is, they know one thing: the world is not going to stop because of them. The Women's March was not really a Women's March; it was just a hate Trump march, because they didn't let pro-life women in there. And the one thing that they actually do is they say that if you're pro-life, then you're not a real woman. I say like this: who gives you the right to say if someone's a real woman or not? I mean, I can understand this person's a robot, then yeah, that person's not technically speaking a real woman. But if this person can give birth, if she's alive, if she was born the way God created her to be born, she's a real woman. Just because you don't agree with her point of views don't mean that she's not a real woman. All it means is that you two have differences. And that's the one thing about feminists that really fucks everything up, because there's so many versions of them. There are black feminists, white feminists, there's Latino feminists. There's way too many damn feminists. I was like, when it came to the feminist movement, they only have one version of feminism. One. And you know what it's called? Feminism. That's it. That's all. That's the only name they call themselves by. It's feminism. That's feminists. That's it. They didn't say, oh, I'm a black feminist. They didn't say I'm a white feminist. They didn't say I'm a Japanese feminist. They said, hey, I'm a feminist. That's it. But now they're going through the age of feminists now. The first wave, the second wave, and now the modern wave. The first wave, I admire those women. The second wave, modern women too. Third wave, I do not admire these women, because they're pretty much just perpetual victims that constantly say that rape culture exists, but yet will rather go to where ISIS is at and want to bring back Sharia law here. And I'm like, why the fuck would you bring that here? I mean, seriously, why would you want to bring a law that will strip your rights away from you, but you listen to this one Arab woman thinking that she knows best? Which, honestly, I'm like, if it was so good for her, then why is she here? That's the one thing I don't understand. And I wonder why nobody asked that question. Like, if you like Sharia law so much, why are you here? Why don't you just communicate through there? Oh, I know why. Because you escaped there. You know what happens there. And you know that if you were to go back, they're going to fuck you over. You're not planning on going back there. You want to stay here so you can have your freedom of speech here. But if you go there and you speak out of turn, they're going to slap your teeth out of your throat. Down your mouth. Well, down your throat mainly. But if people want Sharia law, I'm like this. How about this? You go down there, see how it is for a whole entire year. Don't come back. Don't plan coming back. Just say it's a year trip. That's it. See how it goes. If you don't die, that is. If you don't die over there, then it'll be a year trip. You come back and you can tell us all about your experiences. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Sharia law, that does not like women. What they do, they just believe that they're slaves. So, yeah. All they are is just pretty much all they are, like vending machines for babies. That's all they mainly are. I don't mean to call them that, but hey, they don't have freedom over there. You have freedom over here, but yeah, if you want to say there's a rape culture here, go somewhere else. Hell, you can go to Canada, you can go to Mexico, you can go to China, you can go to North Korea, South Korea, Russia, any country you want to. And then if you go to or you can go where ISIS is at, and then when they start raping the shit out of you, then you can complain about that. But that's it. That's all I got to say for right now.